from a visit to many places in Delhi, seeing pollution all around. First, good evening, gentlemen, if at all there is anyone looking at me in this video. So I found Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar talking on I think Times Now channel, and I would request the video player and producer, Miss Annie, to play that video clip of Mani Shankar Aiyar on another phone, and there will be some kind of a, she's an expert, which I hope she will manage to show you effectively. So bear with me if there is any distortion. Please show that. So here, there should be the sound of Mr. Aiyar in that, and are you able to do it? All right. Now you should play the clip of Mr. Aiyar. He is talking about Donald Trump.
That a man of such doubtful character as Donald Trump should have been elected the president of the world's most powerful democracy. There is a special rapport at a personal level between Modi and Trump, which I think reflects very badly on Mr. Modi and his personal preferences. In this race, the moral dimension was missing. It's very saddening that such a powerful country should be led by such a man who has been convicted as a felon on 34 different counts, who has made an infamous name for himself by consorting with prostitutes and making payments to them to cover up for his sins. I feel extremely sorry that a man of such doubtful character as Donald Trump should have been elected the president of the world's most powerful democracy. I also recognize that there is a special rapport at a personal level between Modi and Trump, which I think reflects very badly on Mr. Modi and his personal preferences. As for Kamala Harris, she was given a very short time. She came up from behind. She was performing extremely well, but it seems that very deep fault lines in American society ultimately coalesced against her, and she lost. In this race, the moral dimension was missing, and it's very saddening that such a powerful country should be led by such a man who has been convicted as a felon on 34 different counts and who has made an infamous name for himself by consorting with prostitutes and making payments to them to cover up for his sins. I don't think a man of such a character is good for either his country or for the world.
Okay. Now, you have heard all this. Now, I would like to add an addenda or a caveat to what I have to say. I have never ever been aligned to any political party whatsoever. My political party was only my country. When I happened to interview once Sayyid Ali Shah Jilani in Srinagar, and for about 45 minutes, at the end of it all, he asked me, I was taking his interview to publish my book called The Trauma of Kashmir, which I will show a little later. I have to talk about that. And he asked me, finally, if the plebiscite is taking place in Kashmir and people vote for Pakistan, what would you do, Patlu Pandit? You are a Kashmiri Pandit. I said, of course, I will be going to India. I have retired as a very senior officer from Government of India. And that's about all. I will be an Indian citizen. That has been my part. Now coming back to Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar, who has taken a vow of loyalty with the caveat that I have taken loyalty to Mother India. Now, instead of going to felon and felony by Trump, what happened that Sharma, who burnt a woman, a leader of Congress party, in a tandoor? Has he forgotten that? He was a member of Congress party. He was a senior functionary. And then, is he aware of hundreds of red light areas in my own country which are not recognized, which are not shown? At least Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, I would like to call him Donald Trump, he is representing the voice and people of most powerful country in the world. And one Shri, whereas I am proud of Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar in certain respects, but he should set his own country's morality first and answer, why was that woman burnt? And what happened to that Noida case where the victim was finally hanged? He used to come and send a message to women to come for illegal activities. At least there was law in America that he had to settle with the P word that he has used with money, and American Constitution permitted him to combat the elections. And what about hundreds of parliamentarians whom servants of People's Society and Gandhian Satyagraha Brigade brought to the notice of parliamentarians when Dr. Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister, that hundreds of rapists were given tickets. Hundreds of people with murder charges were given. Has he forgotten that? Again, I will keep on repeating, I am loyal to no political party except the Constitution and people of India. Right? That's why I call it the hypocrisy of a hyperbowl, who wants to exaggerate things and for his own, in his own manner. Yes, that lady's name was Nana. She was burnt at night, and the policemen going on the usual round, they smelled human flesh, and then the case was known. That coming to Gandhi, he has quoted in his clip, Gandhi said Congress party should dissolve itself after 1947. Now, since I am not a politician, I am not going to dwell on that. And I would not like to take much time on this, otherwise I was asking my producer to show the books of Mr. Anyway, I would request that book authored by Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar should be just shown the pictures in that book, which I have purchased with my hard-earned money. I was by and large 99% honest or 98% honest. Now don't tell me what was that 2%, I'll let you know that also if you are interested, Mr. Aiyar. I have purchased that book with the hard-earned money the day it was released, I suppose. I have seen that book has around 10-12 pictures, nice pictures. Most of them Aiyar Sahab has been photographed with the VVIPs of the world, including Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, the ex-Prime Minister of India, the VVIPs from Pakistan. He has projected his parents, he has projected his, oh good, absolutely good. He has projected his Cambridge background and so on and so forth. And he called the present Prime Minister a chaiwala. He never expected the present Prime Minister to rise that high. So let him answer these questions as to why does he talk so ill of both his Prime Minister and of the President of America. Not good, sir, Mr. Aiyar, sir. There is a Kashmiri Pandit who has written a book on Kashmir called Trauma of Kashmir. In the middle of reasonably highest peak of militancy in Kashmir in 97, the author was traveling in buses all around when Mr. Indrakrishnan Gujral was the Prime Minister. And that book is called Trauma of Kashmir, and it has been published by Oxford University Press as well as Vikas Publishing House. A copy is lying on the table of, was lying on the table of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, to whom it was presented, and the author of the book has received an acknowledgement that has been placed on his study table, and so on and so forth. In this book, The Trauma of Kashmir, the author has not used a single picture among many pictures about projecting his family to pay for it. He has talked about money, this also. Less he worries about prostitutes. He will do justice if he takes next 5 years. At least 100% prostitution in South India is eliminated. I have studied in South India for 4 years in Indian Institute of Engineering Technology, Vepari High Road, in a private institute. Private, I repeat, private institute. It is not Indian Institute of Technology. And then I have personal knowledge, not that I have never indulged in things like gone that down, but let him stop this prostitution in his own country. If they, in an American prostitute, sorry, I would not like to use this word at all, it's uncivic, uncivilized. It's a shame on a country if we use that word. But at least America has a law. It's a law. If you do a mistake, pay for it heavily. I am told he paid millions of dollars to that woman. He is ruling his country well. Americans are not fools. They are not fools. They gave you PL 480 for many years. Where were you that time, Mr. Aiyar? That characterless country, so-called characterless country, you still have some money of PL 480 left. So, I will beg you, you are a great man, that Chaiwala has been elected by 150 crore people of this country, twice as president, as the Prime Minister of India, third time with other support. And then still, he is getting older and he has done a lot of good work even for Kashmiris. Unfortunately, Kashmiris have not been handled very well. I would request, on the contrary, the Prime Minister of India to take note of my words. I will give you my head here in public, in Red Fort or in Ghantaghar in Srinagar, if I don't prove to you that 90% of Kashmiri Muslims were Sufis. The various governments from 1980 to 1990 enabled our enemies to convert these people into the idea of terrorism. Mr. Aiyar, you have been visited that place. You have been going for SAARC meetings. You have been going to Pakistan. Your Pakistan friends have visited you. You have been having best of the times. Best of the times, being a friend of the Prime Ministers and selling your book to me, a poor man. I still am living in a 700 square feet when I retired as Chief Engineer in Government of India. I get a pension of about 1.50 lakhs, out of which about 25,000, 30,000 is taken away by the tax. So, help us, present Kashmiri Muslims, not the Owaisi kind, whose brother has said, give police 15 minutes. Every Kashmiri Muslim, our ancestral house was destroyed in Nai Sadak. It was not destroyed, it was sold at in helpless conditions. Now, a trust has come in the name of the maker of that building near the airport. It is called R.J. RJG, RJG charitable non-profitable trust. It owns a property of which its present value is 4 crores in Kashmir and 2 crores in Delhi. I would request him to do some good work and let him start with Kashmir. I offer him patronship of that trust. Remove the prostitution in the rest of your life. Find out a way that our wonderful women are not forced to go into this, which has been projected in Indian cinema. And don't condemn Mr. Trump. He had the audacity to pay $2 million odd to the woman whom I would use the word he misused. What did we pay to the family or extended family of what was her name? Her name was Naina. What did you do for that? So for God's sake, please don't do this. You called the present Prime Minister, I will not call him Modi, nor am I his great admirer of philosophy, but he has been guided by the attitude of about 15-20 crore Muslims of India who have started from Kerala. And the other day, anyway, since I told you I am not the politician type, somebody has said politics is the last refuge of a scoundrel. Unless some great English author has said this. So I suppose I have said most of what I wanted to say. Purpose of this concluding remark is that I apologize to the Prime Minister of India for Mr. Mani Shankar Aiyar's default in understating your. Look, he has won all the world's Muslim leaders. I am no lover of Mr. Modi. I am the lover of his achievements. I am the lover of the bridges building between India and the railway bridge from one place to another. What else have you done? You went several times to Pakistan, several times to see Jilani. At one time, I don't think you were given permission to meet him. So, you are, I don't know, maybe we are born around the same time. I don't know, I am plus 80. I don't know, I have not gone through your book, though I have purchased it on the first day in India International Center. It is here. I think this is your book. With hard labor I have, and this is my book. Now I am revealing the author's name. This is me. It was released by Mr. Rajesh Pilot at India International Center. He was the chief releaser was of course the ex-Chief Justice of India and the chairman of National Human Rights Commission. I think pictures inside the book have been shown to you. So please don't belittle our Prime Minister. And don't you belittle Mr. Trump. You can have your views, but a man of your stature, I won't call you by names as you called Mr. Modi. But let me tell you, Kashmiri Muslims are now scared. They are not sure what they are talking. Maybe I will be targeted. Now, it's quite possible, but I am pretty old. If I am targeted, I have lived most of my life. I would like to give my life, apart from my country, also for a Kashmiri Muslim. Sir, Mr. Prime Minister of India, on 14th November, in 2014, I built a 3-story house near house number 17 in Humama, and we were evicted from that place on the 4th day when a Muslim friend nearby rang us up, Mr. Patlu Pandit Razdan, please switch on your lights. I found the water had come just up to the bottom of my bed. in the ground floor. And then when we were leaving that place, we said, no, in 1991, Hindus were the first, Pandits were the first to leave. In floods, I will be the last to leave. So young boys came, young Muslim boys. He said, if you are not coming, we are forcing you to come. And then I say on record, they carried us like a dead bodies, me and my wife, leaving our household. They said, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. I stopped them halfway through. I said, I will tell you 2 times. Har Har, you say Mahadev. They said Har Har Mahadev. Such is the concept of a Kashmiri Muslim, whom sub-evil people in my country managed to convert for the last. And then I request the authorities that they must order an open general inquiry. Let them at least give the terms of references. What were the conditions and circumstances under which this conversion took place of thoughts? First it was conversion of Pandits into Muslims, with the caveat that they will be converted into Sufi Muslims. They will be permitted to recite Aurad-e-Fatiha, which is like a Vedic hymn in that music. Of course, they are Quranic hymns, but sung in the way Vedas are sung. The fundamental Islam doesn't permit that, and so on and so forth. With this, I hope you would have excused me if I have failed to convey the correct position, but I will be grateful if the justice is done to the Kashmiri Muslim who has shown absolute loyalty. Do you know Mr. Aiyar, a Kashmiri Pandit, takes mutton? But he by and large doesn't take he doesn't take the pig, he doesn't take the egg. I am talking of standard Kashmir Pandits, like my mother was. If she was not taking pyaz, but she was taking mutton. She was taking the lungs of a goat and giving it to a Sharika Devi in Pahari Parbat, which is now called not Kohi Sulaiman, it is called something else. So our culture is different, Kashmir mein. Now I beg you, I will join you along with my wife and small team. Let us remove the prostitution in Jammu and Kashmir. Start from that state. Let us serve that purpose. You have had enough of politics, and I have had enough of talking. I don't have much time on this earth now. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I will be coming to you very soon, and I thank my team, Miss Annie Sunar, and I also like to thank my the lady who took extraordinary effort to. We had just come from outside and helped me in taking this at no cost. Thank you, Mr. Aiyar, and once again, sorry for telling you what I thought was correct. Okay? Mr. Trump, the constitution permitted it. Felony, yes, there is an imprisonment for 1 year. How many people, do you know how many people in our political stream have been imprisoned? And still they are in politics? Namaskar.